I think most of you already heard about the ICE facility / concentration camp that is being built in the Everglades, but did you know that it's being built on indigenous ancestral lands? So here's a little background from the Seminole Indian News from August 10th, 1961. This article comes from The Hell with Politics, from the life and writings of Jane Wood Reno. This is the way it happened. In the late 40s, Indians on the reservations of Florida organized to sue the U.S. government. I believe it was in 1948 that the government passed a bill that allowed Indian tribes to sue them under violated treaties. Well, if there were any treaties ever more violated than the Indian Treaties of Florida, they're just sections I'm not familiar with. So the Indians along the Tamiami Trail organized in the 50s as the Miccosukee tribe of Seminole Indians for the purpose of suing, and they got themselves a lawyer named Morton Silver. I got entranced. Clear violations. What they were asking was not unreasonable. As I said, I believe 60,000 acres north of Tamiami Trail to be held in perpetuity, and no tribal member would own it. It would be owned by the tribe, and it could never be alienated from the tribe. Now let's fast forward to August 30th, 2024 in the Seminole Tribune. The Miccosukee tribe and the National Park Service signed 2 co-stewardship agreements for the Everglades and Biscayne National Parks August 27th. Co-stewardship is a term to describe collaboration between the government, tribal nations, and Native Hawaiian organizations to preserve federal land and waters, according to the Department of the Interior website. The Miccosukee tribe of Indians of Florida has long been a steward of the Everglades and Biscayne Bay, predating the establishment of the National Park Service. Chairman Talbert Cypress of the Miccosukee tribe of Indians in Florida said in a press release, "Since the battles in Biscayne Bay during the Seminole Wars and the subsequent creation of Everglades National Park and the eviction of the tribal villages within it, the tribe has worked with the service to reestablish our role in the Everglades and the Bay. We are deeply appreciative of the National Park Service commitment to restoring tribal co-stewardship of these lands. Wildland fire and prescribed burning, water resources, and visitor services in the Shark Valley area are allowed within the Everglades National Park Agreement. The Biscayne National Park Agreement acknowledges Miccosukee citizens' rights to traditional fishing and plant gathering within park borders. The agreement also establishes the intent to collaborate on fisheries management, vegetation, restoration, resource protection, and facilitation of traditional tribal practices," the release said. Now let's fast forward to The Guardian, June 15th, 2025. Native American tribe steps up to protect Florida lands for wildlife. Miccosukee tribe partners with Florida Wildlife Corridor Foundation to safeguard lands as a part of a moral obligation. Almost 2 centuries ago, Native American tribe members sought the protection of Florida Everglades during the Seminole Wars as they hid from the government forces seeking to banish them to Indian territories that later became Oklahoma. Now, as the Trump administration continues its wholesale slashing of federal funding from conservation projects, the Miccosukee tribe is stepping up to fulfill what it sees as a moral obligation to return the favor. The tribe is looking to buy and protect environmentally significant lands, including some that once provided refuge, in a groundbreaking partnership agreement with the Florida Wildlife Corridor Foundation. The corridor is an ambitious project to connect 18 acres, or 7.3 hectares, of state and privately owned wilderness into a contiguous safe habitat for scores of imperiled and roaming species, including black bears, key deer, and Florida panthers. And in the Tallahassee Democrat of June 26, 2025, the Miccosukee and Seminole tribes of Florida and Oklahoma can trace their ancestry back to Big Cypress for thousands of years as they used the area for seasonal hunting grounds. After the majority of Florida's indigenous people were removed, the remaining were contained on the southernmost extent of their tribal hunting grounds. Now there are 15 remaining traditional Miccosukee and Seminole villages in Big Cypress, as well as several ceremonial grounds, burial grounds, and gathering sites within the preserve. We live here. Our ancestors fought and died here. They are buried here. The Big Cypress is part of us, and we are part of it, said Talbert Cypress, chair of the Miccosukee tribe in 2024, testimony before the U.S. House Subcommittee on Federal Lands. In a new statement, Cypress said the tribe is opposed to using ancestral lands to house a detention facility. A spokesperson for the Seminole Tribe of Florida has not responded to requests for comment. At the protest on Tamiami Trail on June 22nd, William Popeye Osceola, Secretary of the Miccosukee Tribe, encouraged others to stay engaged and in the fight against the development of alligator Alcatraz. They're trying to contain a group of people, take away their rights, their freedom, their ability to be free, to be sovereign. That's literally why my people are out here to begin with. We don't want history to keep repeating itself, Popeye Osceola said. And their signs say it all. Free all our relatives. Gators don't like ice. Stay out of my swamp. Ice out of my glades. No prison in the Everglades.